Can the United States Constitution save us? A better question is, was it ever intended to be a force for good or the biggest Ponzi scheme in our history? Or was it created with the best of intentions and just perverted over time? When this union was formed, representatives were sent from the 13 colonies in order to draft a government that would best serve us all. To gain our independence, the Articles of Confederation were born. A union that would keep all the states sovereign and provide very few duties to a federal government, such as common defense, treaties, state disputes, and coining, setting standard weights and measurements of monies. This wasn't enough for some of the so-called representatives of the people. They wanted more power to be given to the federal government. In order to do this, when sent to deliberate and fix the Articles of Confederation, they threw them out and created the new Constitution. They were not granted this power from their respective constituents, so they, in a sense, begged for forgiveness in retrospect by drafting the letters known as the Federalist Papers. There is a lot of lies and deceit in these papers, but here we will focus on just one: agriculture. The administration of private justice between the citizens of the same state, the supervision of agricultural and other concerns of similar nature. All those things, in short, which are proper to be provided for by local legislation, can never be desirable cares of a general jurisdiction. It is therefore improbable that there should exist a deposition in the federal councils to usurp the powers with which they are connected, because the attempt to exercise those powers would be as troublesome as it would be nugatory, and the possession of them, for that reason, would contribute nothing to the dignity, to the importance, or to the splendor of the natural government. End quote. Alexander Hamilton, Federalist Papers number 17. If this were the case, then why would the federal government create the United States Department of Agriculture in 1862 during the War for Southern Independence? These encroachments were foreseen by people like Patrick Henry, who said during Eliot's debates, quote, "Let Mr. Madison tell me, when did liberty ever exist when the sword and the purse were given up for the people? Unless a miracle shall interpose, no nation ever did, nor ever can retain its liberty after the loss of the sword and the purse." End quote. Once you give someone power, they will never give it back. Just take more the next time. The state of Florida is in crisis due to Governor DeSantis' local politicians deciding what businesses are essential and which ones are not. Apparently, 2 million workers in the agricultural industry are not essential. Many Florida farmers cater to restaurants and theme parks, which are either only offering diminished capacity output or shut down entirely. These farmers, our neighbors, have nowhere to sell their crops, or many of them are even having no luck giving them away or to food banks due to local laws. They have tried donating them, but food banks don't have the capacity, and they have tried selling to the public at below basement bargain prices, just so the produce gets into the bellies of hungry citizens. Now, here comes the part the federal government plays in this nasty role. There are a lot of farmers who could be making ends meet with a diverse, multiple-use crop known as hemp, but they have been waiting for 2 years for federal government to tell them it's okay to do so. Agricultural Commissioner Nikki Fried estimates crop losses across the state mid-April to May exceed 522.5 million. The virus, she says, has destroyed demand for fresh produce among bulk buyers such as restaurants, processors, and schools due to being closed down. Fried expected many Florida farmers to apply for a permit to grow industrial hemp. She is hoping to see at least 1,500 applications in the first week. The new opportunity could be a reprieve for the state's second largest industry as agricultural continues to reel from a devastating COVID-19 blow. It's just too bad we had to wait almost 2 years for our overlords' consent to grow on our own soil. This is but one reason why the Constitution cannot and will not save us. It was never intended to be of the people by the people and for the people. The Titanic is sinking. Help your kith and kin to break away from the Leviathan and make Florida great again. Don't vote for a president. Vote to secede so that we, as Floridians, may have the final say-so in regard to our livelihoods.